Daniel is saying that those 7 years, when you realize who the real God is, who God is, like your kingdom will be given back to you. All right. It says here, they shall wet you with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass. 7 years shall pass over you till you know the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. Until you know who really rules in the kingdom of men, you'll be out there for those 7 years. Daniel explained the second dream. Then Daniel, whose name was Belshazzar, was astonished for a time, and his thoughts troubled him. So the king spoke and said, Belshazzar, do not let the dream or its interpretation trouble you. So Daniel's to interpret the dream, but he's actually concerned, like, wow, like, man, I really got to tell you the interpretation. Like, it's not good. All right. The interpretation is not good. And the king is like, hey, tell me, no matter what it is, tell me. Belshazzar answered and said, my lord, may the dream concern those who hate you, and its interpretation concern your enemies. The tree that you saw, which grew and became strong, whose height reached the heavens, and which could be seen by all the earth, whose leaves were lovely and the fruit abundant, and which was food for all, under which the beasts of the field dwelt, and whose branches the birds of the heavens had their home. It is you, O king, who have grown and become strong, for your greatness has grown and reached the heavens and the dominion to the end of the earth. So the interpretation, first, that fruitful tree is the king. That's the interpretation. The fruitful king, that fruitful tree is the king who grew strong. And as much as the king saw a watcher, a holy one, coming down from heaven, saying, chop down the tree and destroy it, but leave the stump and roots in the earth, bound with a band of iron and bronze and tender grass field. Let it be wet with dew of heaven, and let him gaze with the beasts of the field till 7 times pass over. This is the interpretation, O king, and this is the decree of the Most High, which has came upon my lord the king. They shall drive you from men, your dwelling shall be the beasts of the field, and they shall make you eat grass like oxen. They shall wet you with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over you till you know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men and gives it to whoever he chooses. And inasmuch as they gave the command to leave the stump and roots of the tree, your kingdom shall be ensured to you after you come to know that heaven rules. Therefore, O king, let my advice be acceptable to you. Break off your sins by being righteous, and your iniquities by showing mercy to the poor. Perhaps there may be a lengthening of your prosperity. So the dream was a warning. The dream was a warning to King Nebuchadnezzar. It's saying, hey, that powerful tree, that's you. Hey, God in heaven is going to say, chop it down and leave it in the, for it says here, leave it in the field, grass of field. Chop down the tree and destroy it, but leave the stump and roots in the earth, bound with iron, bronze, tender grass of the field. Let it be wet with dew. So this powerful tree is to be chopped down, right, and left in the field, and let it be wet with dew. It's a warning. Hey, you will be humble. And Daniel is giving the interpretation. He is saying, hey, God is saying, unless you become humbled, as much as the command, God is going to show you who the King of Kings is. Right? God is going to show you. So pretty much Daniel is saying, hey, that powerful tree is to be is to be chopped down. That's the interpretation of the dream. That powerful tree is to be chopped down and left in the field. All right, to get wet like dew. All right, his heart is to be changed from man to animal. So he's gonna think, his heart is gonna be an animal. He's gonna think and feel like animal. He's gonna be completely, like, pretty much unhuman. He's gonna be a wild man. That's pretty much what it's saying. He's gonna be a wild man in the field for 7 years. That's the interpretation of the dream. It says till 7 times, 7 years. And it's also saying here, Daniel is saying, that those 7 years, when you realize who the real God is, who God is, like your kingdom will be given back to you. All right. It says here, they shall wet you with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass. 7 years shall pass over you till you know the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. Until you know who really rules in the kingdom of men, you'll be out there for those 7 years.